Hey guys, what you just heard was the shockwave and sound in Fiji, 500 miles away from Tonga, Tonga, Tonga. This is almost like Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. You guys have seen this today. You know, this thing was 694 kilometers, almost 500 miles away, and they heard it in Fiji. Absolutely nuts. And it shows this here on this map, how far it took. But people were hearing this in Alaska. People were hearing this eruption all over the world. They're recording this all over the planet. But check this out. Just from this volcanic eruption, in 15 minutes, 63,000 lightning strikes. That is absolutely nuts. But check this out. Check out this the weird face there, right? I'm going to put this into motion. But watch how it kind of fades down and then boom. I put a little, increase the contrast so you guys could just see how pretty this is. But watch this little face. And it kind of goes down the hill there with the explosion. But it's just absolutely nuts. So why is it exploding? What's going on? Was it an underground explosion? Was it an underwater volcano that the news says? No. This has been forming for months, guys. Yeah, there was damage. There was a little tsunami. And actually water went around the world. It was actually nuts, and stay with me because this is going to get nuts. I'm going to show you guys some crazy stuff. But watch here in the lower left-hand corner. Well, see how it's curved over there? Okay, it's curved right there. See how it's curved on the right side? Back to the left, and back to the right. See how it curves up? What could that be? Oh, I don't know. Maybe Nibiru? Anybody know Nibiru? Look at the white. Guys, what that is in the white, that is Attu's moon. What you see down there in the lower right, continuing down, is Isadum, and the continuing around the mountaintops there on the left-hand corner is Nibiru. But guys, this is from today. This is what I'm catching as well, and I'm still trying to find out what this is and trying to get some input, but as the sun goes down, it fades away. But watch this. This is just some of the pretty views of the insanity.
Tsunami waves caused by a giant underwater volcanic eruption have hit the Pacific country of Tonga. Social media footage showed water washing through a church and several homes, and witnesses said ash was falling over the capital, Nuku'alofa. A tsunami warning sent residents scrambling to higher ground. The eruption of the Hunga Tonga-Hunga Haʻapai volcano was heard across the South Pacific, reportedly as far as New Zealand and Australia. Tonga's capital lies just 65 kilometers north of the volcano, on the country's main island of Tongatapu. One Tonga resident, Mir Taufa, said the eruption hit as her family was preparing for dinner, and her younger brother thought bombs were exploding nearby. My first instinct was to take cover under the table. I grabbed my little sister and screamed at my parents and others in the house to do the same.
Do you see the trouble us YouTubers go to bring you guys the real news? Seriously, these guys are nuts. They are actually just either cameras or trying to get this for social media, risking their lives. That's just insane. But guys, they've been tracking this there in Tonga. But look, this was in November. This was in January. November, January 7th. November, January. I liked how the November showed a little heart there. But right here was the day before the big explosion because they had another big old eruption. This has been going on. And this has been going on actually since November, December. They even had aircraft warnings and stuff, December 29th, 20th. But here, let's hear it here.
Residents have been urged to stay inside after a massive eruption at a nearby volcanic island today. Hunga Tonga lies around 60 kilometres from the mainland, and while it's been erupting for up to a month, today's activity was the biggest so far, spewing ash, steam and gas 20 kilometres into the air. Jordan Rudd reports.
An eruption of thick black ash spoiling the picture-perfect sea of blue. This just one in a series of explosions over the past 3 weeks on Hunga Tonga, the latest this morning.
We discovered this morning that the eruption is huge. It's 7 times bigger than the eruption earlier, late last year and earlier this month.
It's a particularly active area of volcanism in Tonga right now. So the ash that's generated along with that explosion usually rises to a few hundreds of meters to a few kilometers above surface, but not nearly as high as the steam that's ejected up to maybe 20 kilometers high.
60 kilometers away, residents in Tonga's capital could smell it.
And we advised them, yeah, that's the sulfur. That's a result of eruption, and that's normal.
Swirling tides were seen at the Nuku'alofa waterfront today, prompting a warning for residents to stay away.
we would not expect a tsunami to get any further than the very local regions around the islands.
Air New Zealand says it's continuing cargo and repatriation flights in and out of Tonga as normal, but will amend the flight schedule if it becomes unsafe to fly. The advice now to Tongan residents:
protect their rainwater harvesting and also make sure they have to wear a mask. But the best thing to do is to stay indoors.
In the meantime, Tongan officials are working 24/7 to monitor further volcanic activity, which they say could last anywhere from weeks to months. Jordan Rudd, One News.
And what you see here with the arrow pointing is the magic area where the island's being formed and being destroyed all at the same time. Back in December 29th, 2014, this got going. And it continued into January 13th, I believe, of 2015. An underwater volcano in the South Pacific explosively erupted, forming a new island. And what happened here, as you can see, they blocked it off in the blue, and the black lines that are curved, those are the flight paths. So the one of them that went right through there, you can't go there. They have to go around. And, what happened, the scientists initially thought that the island would vanish within a couple of months, which is often the case for these small volcanic islands due to the erosive power of the ocean waves and whatnot. But 7 years later, the island not only still stands, but it's grown dramatically. Guys, I'm back. I've actually been recording this over and over for 14 hours now. I've had some major iPhone issues trying to get this video put together. As you can see, I'm trying to put this back together and trying to put the pieces back together. I don't think they want me to put out the information that I've been sharing and the stuff I'm going to continue to share here in a little bit. But guys, this is nuts because this was going on even December 30th, just a couple weeks ago. With everything going on, the fish are dying and the contaminated water is what they're worried about. And this is just 6 weeks ago. You need to keep in mind, this is just 6 weeks ago. This whole thing has been building up around the heart there. And this was just last week. Look how much it's grown. But, it just continues to grow. And that's why the scientists and stuff are just fascinated by it. But then, the explosion, not the big boom, but the first one that New Zealander was talking about there. That's what happened here. Made the middle part go away. This is looking like a bat, but I wanted you guys to see what it looks like before that, the previous explosion there on the 14th. But we just got the new pictures in today, right here. This is all that's left. Guys, I have a feeling they're not going to show this. They're not going to put this out. There's something wrong going on. But what's going on, too, with the gas giants in the sky and everything with the volcano is they're seeing orange. Freaking orange after this. The sunset, it was so beautiful. Sun's going down. The people are just checking it out. They're just amazed. Just the gas giants right there turning the sky orange. But then you've got the storms that night that are purple. You got the purple lightning. And if you look over to the left, you'll see the curve of one of the gas giants. But guys, we're going to start seeing purple more and more and more. And it's not plasma. It's going to be from these gas giants. Some are gas giants. Some are water giants. Just all kinds of craziness. And we're going to see purple, pink, blue lightning even. But just to show you what the step for this big kaboom, the big one, this is at 5:12 p.m., January 14th, their local time. Here we are, 4 minutes later, 5:16 p.m., January 14th, looking northward towards the volcano. Here we are now at 5:27 p.m., still, this time we're looking east. And they're talking about the 20-kilometer, 18-kilometer plume at that time. Here we are at 6:09 p.m. We're looking northward again. Just seeing what it's looking like. It's getting ready to get nutty, Professor. And here we go. Here's the big kaboom. That's the big 6:18 local time is when this did this. And I added some contrast so you guys could just see the beauty of it. Watch for the lightning coming up in about 3 seconds right up here in the upper left-hand corner. Check this out. That previous video was from The Independent there in the UK, and I wanted to go find the original, and I have the extended version, but check this out in the upper part. Wow! What is going on? This is absolutely nuts. Can you imagine being out there? You know, knowing that a tsunami could be coming your way, and you're out on a flipping boat. I mean, they had a huge tsunami in the 15th century, I think around 1475, that covered all but the very tallest part of Tonga. And all but like 15 feet, 200, check this out. Check out all the weird faces. It reminds you of the towers. Remember seeing the faces, all the skulls and the demons and the evil entities that seem to appear in the smoke and whatever. But look at that lightning there. That's just Nutty Professor. It just continues on. But I want you guys to see this here because this was the first one. And actually they're talking the second big boom got up closer to, oh gosh, 20 miles into the atmosphere. But this is showing how it just, you know, relatively slow expansion. The first one, just a normal one. But then when this one gets going, you know, the shock wave went around the world. People in Ohio heard it. Canada, Alaska, Japan. It's insane. And then the water, the little tsunami that came all along the west coast of America, North and South America, and other parts of the world. But guys, yeah, look at this. It got up to 30 kilometers up high, possibly. That's freaking 18 miles high. Gosh, that is absolutely nuts. But guys, the reason I'm covering this is this. I wanted to put in that clip from TRT World just because they're talking about volcanic activity on the Galapagos Islands. What about those big turtles and stuff? What? Look at the beauty of this, guys. This is the gas giants in front of you. When you see these curved at the bottom towards the horizon, oh my. But yes, these lead asteroids are in our planetary system. And I am checking this out. I'm thinking, man, this stuff is fake. What are you talking about? Guys, there are many signs in the skies, and I'm not going to call them UFOs or orbs or whatever not, because I'm not sure. These are freaking asteroids, part of this inbound planetary system, and this is no joke. The stuff I'm catching alone, and I'm just a nerd. I'm just a hillbilly guy, you know what I mean? But if I can find it, anyone can find it. I mean, just the beauty, but guys, the beauty coming is going to be so much deception, and this is all setting up for what is coming very, very soon. And I just recorded this yesterday, actually, but check this out. Remember the spinning ball I was talking about there? Oh my gosh, there's a video right now. You can go check it out. Heber Valley, Utah. Look at the camera. You'll see the daggum thing spinning right this minute. But look at it. It was a hexagon of all sorts. This is the latest map of where they are. And the sun's right in the middle is actually, you know what I mean, the whatever sun. But, you know, this is from even Ukraine. They're recording it over there. Guys, this is global. I can show you the webcams from Mexico. You can watch it. Go. It is so cool. It is so bizarre. This stuff is here. But it's nothing to be afraid of because we know the end times are here. However, if you do not know the Lord Jesus Christ, you do need to get right with the Father. This is no time to be playing games, guys. This is getting real. Here's what's coming up. And if you guys don't follow Terrell03.com, I strongly suggest it. He talks about the Black Star, and that's what he refers to as Nibiru. And he doesn't know the whole thing, I don't believe, about the gas giants and what I'm learning. But that being said, here's what we've got at the end of February 21st is going to be a huge, huge earthquake, 8.0 or greater in the world. I'm calling for a 9+. But here's what's coming. After that, towards the first 2 weeks of March, you're going to hear about La Palma. It's going to be nuts. It's going to get crazy. You are going to see it go nutty, Professor, because as we line up getting closer, and you'll see in the red, that's the areas to be concerned about. But when we approach that area, right after the full blood red moon on May 15th, we have May 21st. We're lining up right up there. with the black star, which tarot calls Nibiru. Guys, the time is here. Are you ready? I'll talk to you soon.